Hello, everyone. I hope you are well today. Thank you for tuning in and joining me for the UK Profit Show. It is lovely to have you guys here, and it's lovely to welcome everyone into this session. If you're tuning in on the replay, hello, thank you for joining us as well. Do let me know you're here in the comments. It's always lovely that I can come back and say hello to people, even if you are tuning in on the replay. And it is always lovely to get some feedback so it doesn't feel like I'm necessarily talking to myself during some of these sessions. But I do appreciate you joining me, whether it is live or on the replay today for the UK Profit Show. Today we are speaking about money leaks in a business, because for many businesses, it can feel like the money comes in and then it goes back out again almost as quickly as it came in. And part of that is because most businesses have money leaks in them. It's like the bucket with the holes in. The money is just seeping out slowly. And for many business owners, we don't even really know it's happening. We're not even really fully aware of the money leaks that exist in our business. So today I want to talk you through an exercise that I highly recommend that you do at least every 6 months in your business, if not quarterly, to make sure that you are on top of money leaks and you can nip them in the bud as soon as they happen. And you're not just leaking money away on things unnecessarily in your business, but your spending is being directed to things that deliver you a return or are necessary, and also to profit and to your own take home. So I'm going to talk you through an exercise today to do exactly this. Now, for those of you that are new to my sessions, my name is Annette Ferguson. I'm CEO of Annette & Co, UK-based accounting firm. I'm a chartered accountant, certified Profit First professional, financial strategist, and also the author of The Profit Plan, which is available on Amazon, but you can also download the PDF for free from me as well. You just need to head to the website annetteandco.co.uk/ppbook, and that will give you a free copy of the Profit Plan if you so choose. So as I said, today I am speaking all about finding money leaks in your business and eradicating them. So I'm going to talk you through an exercise, and I'm going to talk this through as if you have physical copies of your statements, but you may not. You may only receive electronic copies. You may not have a printer to print those out. So this can be done using CSV downloads and those kinds of things as well. But as I say, I'm going to talk you through this as if you had the paper copies, because stage one is to gather together all your business bank statements, credit card statements, PayPal statements, anywhere where business spending is happening. And if you have business costs going through your own personal account, it will include that as well. So anywhere that business spending is happening, gathering all those statements together. And I want you to do this over the last 12 months. There can be a tendency here for people to skip and only do the last month or the last couple of months. But really, this works best when you do it over the last 12 months, because you will have annual things happening in your business and you'll miss those if you don't do 12 months worth. Okay, so it's really important to look at that 12-month period. And you want to gather all those statements together. Now, if you're doing this electronically, you can put them all in a folder or something on your computer so that you've got them all there. And if you're doing this with physical statements, I want you to also get a red pen and a highlighter, because we're going to be going through all these statements. And the very first question as you go through your statements that I want you to ask yourself, and there will be 2 questions, by the way, and I want you to purposefully only do one of these at a time. The very first question that I want you to ask yourself is this cost 100% necessary to keep the proverbial lights on in my business? My business cannot operate without it. This isn't going to include things like insurance, taxes, because they are a legal requirement. It's going to be things that you are unable to operate without. If you operate a business that requires a physical premises, then that will include the premises costs. potentially, but it might be that you have too much space. So not necessarily. It might be that you don't actually need a physical space, even though you kind of like to have one. And so that's another thing to keep in mind. So you're asking yourself the question, is this expense 100% necessary to keep the proverbial lights on in my business? And if the answer is yes, I want you to highlight that item. And what I want you to do is go through every single page of every single statement and ask yourself that question. And that's going to be every page, every month, every line. And there'll be some items that recur every month. So you'll be asking yourself this question 12 times for some things, and that's okay, because believe it or not, sometimes after the 8th or 9th time, the answer changes, and that's okay. So we go through all of that with our highlighter. Now, if you're doing this in CSV, you do exactly the same, but you highlight the transactions in your CSV file, okay? And you make sure you do it for every single one, every single place spending is happening. And then once you have done that, I want you to go back to the beginning of the pile or the downloads that you have, and this time pick up your red pen and ask yourself, is this expense delivering me a positive return in terms of money or time? And there's a caveat to the time piece. So if you're spending money and it's delivering you a positive return in terms of money, that means it's giving you more money back than you are spending on it. So this is something like you say you spend £50 a month on and you get £100 back as a result per month. That gives you a positive return in terms of money. Positive return in terms of time can be slightly harder to measure. But what we mean there is that you are spending money on something that is freeing up your time to be profit producing. So this only really works if you have constraints on your time and how long you're able to do profit producing activities in a week or a month. But if you are in that position, then you take into account if it's giving you a positive return in terms of time. So you're spending the equivalent of, say, 2 hours worth of your time on this thing, and you're being given back 5, 6, 7 hours of time, then you've got a positive return on your time. So again, you're going to go through every single line, every page, every month, and ask yourself that question. Is this item delivering me a positive return in terms of money or time? And if the answer is yes, you circle that with your red pen. Now, some of those items could also be ones you've highlighted, and that's okay. But make sure you mark every single one. And as we've said, you might be asking yourself this question 12 times because it's monthly recurring, and that's okay. So once you've gone through all of this, now you have lots of pages and you have some items that are highlighted, you have some that are circled, and you have some that are both highlighted and circled. Okay, and you have some that have nothing marked against them at all. They are completely blank. And so the question I would put forward to you there is, what is the purpose of those? What is the purpose of those items that you have not marked at all? And typically the answer is that they are nice to haves in your business. And I'm not saying you can't ever have a nice to have in your business. You absolutely can have nice to have things. But what we need to understand is when the more nice to haves we have in the business, and the more money we are spending on nice to haves, the less money we then have available for ourselves and our family as our take home, and that we have available for profit or to spend on areas that are going to deliver us a positive return. So understanding that the money in your business is just a jigsaw. There's no extra pieces. And so if it's spent in one area, it cannot be spent in another area, including coming to yourself. Therefore, these nice to haves, these things that are not marked, you need to question whether they are money leaks actually in your business instead, if that's actually what they are. And the idea is that we eliminate as many of these money leaks as we possibly can. So some things you will be able to cancel straight away. Some things you can potentially downgrade to a lower level of service or program or product, whatever that is, software level. You can potentially downgrade if you're not utilizing it all, or if it's not value for money, if it's not delivering a positive return. But if you're on a lower level, then it may be. And some things you won't be able to cancel or stop straight away, you'll be in contract for. So the idea with those things is, if it's at all possible, speaking to the supplier and renegotiating the contract. It may not be possible depending on what it is. But if it's not, then making sure you diarize for the cancellation of that when the contract comes to an end, making sure you know what the time period is that you need to notify somebody. It might be a month, it could be 3 months. So making sure you're really clear on that so that you can cancel as appropriate for that money leak in your business. And in doing this, we start to get rid of those money leaks, those things that are draining our company bank account and meaning that there's less money available for us to take home for us and our families to enjoy, which after all is typically the reason that most people are running a business, is so that they have the means for them and their family to have a good life and the life that they want, whatever that might look like for them. So making sure that you can free up the funds to enable that is part of building out a profitable plan for your business, getting rid of those money leaks. Now, I describe this exercise in my book as well, The Profit Plan. As I said, you can download a completely free version of that. The link is in the description to this video. You can also head to annetteandco.uk/ppbook to get a free copy of my book, The Profit Plan, which has been out for a number of years now, but we are now giving it away completely free to people. But if you really want to pay for it, you can buy on Amazon and you can get it there as well. So doing this exercise is really crucial to making sure that you're not overspending in the business, that you don't have money leaks, that you're not spending on things unnecessarily, which is why I recommend, at least at the beginning, doing this every quarter. Because the thing is that sometimes things that are delivering you a return or are 100% necessary over time don't. Their status changes. So something that might be 100% necessary at one point in time might not be at another point in time if things have morphed and changed in your business. So making sure that you regularly review this is a really important part of running a financially healthy business as well. So I hope that this exercise manages to find you some money leaks in your business that you can get rid of. Typically, everyone finds money leaks doing this exercise. So I really hope that you can go away and give it a go and see how you get on. I would love if you wanted to come back to this video and let me know how much the money leaks that you have identified are in your business. That would mean a vast amount to me if you can do that. Or you can just pop us an email at admin@annetteandco.uk and let us know how much in the way of money leaks you have found and eradicated from your monthly and annual spending in your business to free up for you and your family to enjoy. I really do appreciate you tuning in today, as always. I know your time is incredibly precious, so I do thank you so much for spending some of that with me. I hope that you managed to release lots of funds excuse me, in your business as a result of this exercise, and that you do diarize to do this regularly, because I know it will have a positive impact on your business and on your take home as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day and week. And I will be here, same time, same place next week. So I will speak to you all soon. Take care, everyone.